Hello, and welcome to our first episode of Drinks while looking at framed art in my apartment, also known as Drinks and Frames. My name is Julie Fesco, and I am the co-curator of my Brooklyn apartment art collection. Today, we will take a closer look at the cover art on the June 2nd, 1951 New Yorker magazine that has been framed and hanging on my bedroom wall for the past 5 years. And it has successfully survived 4 moves. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. Each time I moved, I opened the box, and there it was, undamaged. The image on the cover you see here is a representation of the workshop that is behind the Westport Country Playhouse in Connecticut. This is the designated area where all sets and backdrops are built, painted, and assembled. I know this because I was a summer apprentice at the Westport Country Playhouse in 2002. So today, we will be pairing this discussion with a pale ale Sierra Nevada, which was Paul Newman's favorite beer. Paul Newman is the husband of Joanne Woodward, who at the time when I was an apprentice, she was the artistic director of the theater. Both Paul and Joanne contributed to the life and spark of the Playhouse during the time of their involvement. With that said, I am very familiar with this scene, and together we will take a deeper look at this framed art. But first, a sip. Hoppy. As a whole, this painting depicts a pleasant, almost pastoral scene of the behind-the-scenes workings of a typical summer stock theater, where there are underpaid actors, contractors, or volunteer workers all working together in an effort to bring the theatrical arts to the local townspeople. Okay, let's dive into the artwork and discuss the first thing that comes into sight. Okay. Lots of ideas come to mind. The first, though, is Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. 'Tis the season of procreation, summer socialized time. I get it. I've done it. Still do it. The second thought is how to stand out in a crowd when you're surrounded by hot chicks tanning, or by ladies showing off their abilities of their symmetrical body. Or maybe, just maybe, she is stabilizing herself while she paints those hard-to-reach areas. I do appreciate, though, the shirtless contractor worker that is unfazed by his potentially distracting surroundings. I mean, look at him go. His mind are on those clouds, and those clouds alone. We then turn to this preoccupied intern who, much like Shirtless Painter, is completely oblivious to pretty much everything. I mean, I'm no expert, but this looks like an OSHA issue to me. Yeah, that just looks unsafe. And finally, we see the actors off to the side just reading their lines like there's nothing special to see. Everyone in this scene is unique and completely undeterred by the energies that surround them. In all, I would say this painting captures the essence of a typical summer stock theater workday. It's a good representation of a period when everyone is at ease and can enjoy spending their summer making a small contribution to bringing regional theater to life. Well, that concludes this week's Drinks and Frames. Tune in next week where we will be looking at my friend's photograph of a rusty mailbox. Cheers, see you next week. One time, Paul was so amazed that one of the actors didn't drink alcohol. He grilled him after a show and he was like, "So, you don't drink alcohol?" And the actor's like, "No." And then Paul's like, "Not even beer?" And the actor's like, "No, not even beer." And then Paul's like, "Not even Sierra Nevada?" was, when I told him, he said that he had a pimple that was older than me. Christopher Walken scared the crap out of me. On purpose.